Hey guys, thought I'd do a quick, well, I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I'm going to try to do it quickly. A quick update video because I don't think that I've done one in a little while. Showing you the progress that we've got going on. If you've been watching my videos, the rain's been like a serious issue here as far as getting the garden started. We've had a little bit of a break in the past couple weeks, so we've been just doing as much as we can in the past couple weeks. The ground's even still been wet. We've been just doing what we can. I'm not going to go over everything that I planted before probably in this video, because you can kind of go back to the other videos maybe and see what's going on. I want to try to get through this pretty quickly. So let's get started. This was I think the first bed that I planted, and those are the first tomatoes. That's red brandywines, and there's some lettuce and radishes you see there, and they're actually not doing very good. I don't know what happened when I brought it out of the greenhouse. It just kind of stopped. But this is compost, and there's not much any manure in it, so it probably needs amended or something. But the red brandywine over there is doing pretty good. At least that one plant is. Bunch of squash. I'm not going to go through it. Like I said, previous video, different kinds of squash down through there. This Kershaw over here on the corner is doing fairly well, probably because it's mulch. It's probably helped. I see that mulched ones look like they're doing a little bit better. Tilled all this. You see this right here. Tilled that. Haven't planted anything in it yet. Looks like these are albino bullnose. It looks like peppers right there. Brad's Atomic grape tomatoes. Not doing real great. Hopefully they'll take off. We've had stuff in the greenhouse for so long, it's starting to get a little on the weak side, and we were just trying to get it in the ground and hope it takes off. We've got almost everything in the ground now, so we're going to start putting seed down, because I've got a little bit more tilling done. I do need to go over a lot of this tilling second or third time, and because a lot of this is new ground that I'm tilling up, so it's still pretty solid. But we've got started anyways, and so we can get things going a little bit. I think these are jalapenos right here. Something planted down there in the middle. I think another borage, however that's pronounced. Nothing planted there. Nothing planted here till that there. Just put this compost pile bed thingy here today. Nothing planted in it yet, but I think the black brandywines are going to go in that one, if I remember correctly. Shelly's been kind of in charge of putting the tomatoes in. I'm trying to prepare the ground as best as I can, as quick as I can. She's trying to drop plants in the ground as quick as she can to get everything out of the greenhouse. Because like I said, it either had to be repotted or it has to die, or it's going to go in the ground, one or the other. There's a couple things planted here, like basil, onions, carrots, or something like that. Carrots, I don't think there's any onions, but I could be wrong. And I did a really crappy job on this bed. Basically, I garden weaseled it up. I tilled it last year, garden weaseled it up this year, threw some compost on it, and you can tell it's a really crappy bed. But I think maybe Black Beauty tomatoes are growing here. I don't know. Some sort of tomato are growing in there. Some sort of tomato growing in here. I'll have to tell you here in a second what it is when I get around here. I planted jalapenos here, but they got chopped off by something. You see the stem sitting there, right there. There's some onions. There was also an eggplant growing there, and it got ate off too. Okay, what kind of tomatoes are growing over here? White Thomasil are growing there. Nothing planted here. Needs tilled quite a bit more. This isn't too bad, but that over there is because we're not actually doing this the way we want this year. We're doing it the way we have to save time. This was what we want, is rows going that way on this part, but because we had stuff whatever we had tilled last year, we're tilling it now and we're using it instead of doing it the way we want, pretty much. Vegetable spaghetti planted here. You see how yellow it is? It's even starting to flower. It was in the greenhouse this morning. I just took it out and planted it today. Hollyhocks is what we plan to plant here. I don't think that we have yet. Hollyhocks. There's a wisteria vine over here. Nothing planted here. Some yellow squash that I planted this morning in here from the greenhouse. Again, looking really yellow and sad looking. May not make it, but we're just putting it in the ground. We're going to seed in between. We're going to seed all around stuff, so that if this stuff dies, something else will hopefully come back up. We're doing what we can. Peppermint daylily down through here. We didn't plant this year. I think this was all planted last year. Little bed that we got going on. We're hoping it takes over. I planted some comfrey along this ditch line here and there. Eventually I'm going to get it to spread out. You can see it down in there. Because this is really hard to mow because it's on such a slope. We just want something else to take over besides weeds, so we thought that'd be kind of cool. Nothing planted here. Nothing planted here. I thought this was milkweed. I have no clue for sure if that's. I don't think that it is, maybe, but whatever the weed is, I'll let it grow because I thought it was milkweed. Compost bin that needs cleaned out. And put some material on it so we can start a compost bin there. We had beans planted all the way down this here that you can see, and almost all of them got ate off or drowned. They were from the greenhouse. I had quite a bit of beans actually planted. You can see some that survived here, and I'm not sure what they are because I never marked them. That over there is a Cherokee wax. That's what I planted there. I don't know what these are though. So we're going to plant more beans down through here again, reseed. Hopefully this week. That's actually I had two. That one you saw down there in the corner, and this one was just some odd ones that happened to be in the greenhouse, so I stuck them in the ground. Like I said, some of the stuff may not even survive, but they were in the greenhouse and we needed to get them out. Peas, which I don't know how well they're gonna do. We actually have one coming on over here. And I did have a cattle panel up there, but I took it down yesterday and put this netting stuff up. I think that it'll support the peas, so, and it's cheaper than the cattle panel. I believe there's some cabbage going on down through here, and also I noticed that some seed that I planted, some lettuce seed that I planted, is coming up. You can see the red over there. And something was digging around in here. I've got a marker. It says I have some carrots planted in here too, but again, you can see where all the pock marks. Something's digging. There's something says it's broccoli right there. Tilled this stuff up. Needs to be gone over again a few times. But we're getting started. A lot of this I'm looking at it is like it's for next year, really, because not having soil prepared this year really hurt things because of the rain. It slowed us down because we couldn't get in here until and getting some of these compost beds, that's going to help a lot too. We're going to keep building those up. So a lot of this I'm really looking at soil preparation this year is the biggest goal, not so much what I'm planning. I mean, the soil preparation is first and foremost really right now. If we get something out of it, great. But it really hurt us not having things prepared better. Yukon gold potatoes down through there. We need to hill those up. These are Magic Molly, I think. They're purple fingerling. They're purple all the way through. And also some, I think, red acre cabbage over there on the other side. I believe that's what it is. Nothing planted here. Nothing planted in this bed yet. And this is a trellis that I put up. We're using the cattle panels for tomatoes. Netting, it'll be netting for the peas, that's the plan anyways, and pallets for cucumbers. This down through here is cream sausage tomatoes. They're a white tomato for like, they're like a Roma almost, or a plum or whatever. Can't remember what these are. Amish paste is planted in here, and they're looking kind of sad. I don't even want to embarrass them. Same with these, looking pretty sad over here. But these are, in this bed we have blueberry grape tomatoes. Okay, so moving on up, we need to get some more compost. We're going to need it for a few things. So, nothing planted in these beds right here. So this is what we have left out of the greenhouse. Some comfrey that needs to be planted. There's actually some other stuff in there. Pineberry that needs to get planted. I've got some apocalypse scorpion peppers in there that I did repot those because I'm going to grow them inside the greenhouse. I'm going to work on some beds back in the back. And once I get the planting out here done, or as I'm reseeding or seeding out here, these. This is Eden's Gem melons. They are like a green fleshed cantaloupe and some lavender. All this stuff is going back in the back in various places. Wonderberry, huckleberry, comfrey, not mugwort, you know what I'm saying? And because you're not allowed to plant mugwort in Indiana. Echinacea and a mystery herb. We have no idea what that is because we lost the marker for it. And these are gourds that need to go back here at the gourd arch, which I'll show you later, hopefully. This is the last of our tomatoes, and they're looking really sad. I mean, something literally ate them off in the greenhouse. You can see, I mean, they're looking really sad. They're likely not going to live, but whatever. We're going to put them in the ground and see what happens. Maybe they'll come back. Okay, there's some corn planted over there. I think red queen, okra. I think there's some potatoes growing down through there. I don't know what's under the straw. Shelley planted some things, and I have no clue what she planted in some places, unless there's a very clear indicator. Cucumbers. More corn. This is the Kickoff XR. I don't know what's under the straw. More corn is what all this is. Corn. That's the corn that I actually grew in the greenhouse. And it's alive, but that's about it. Down here though is amaranth. That's red garnet amaranth, and then Chinese multicolored amaranth, but which it really should have been planted in a shady spot probably. But it's in the ground. That's probably our biggest priority, right? And this is actually coming up. This was like planted like last week, I think. You can see the corn right there, the Kickoff XR. So it's growing. And then over here, I started breaking ground. Obviously, it is really wet. You can tell how muddy it is. You can tell how muddy this is. It's really muddy and wet. And it's supposed to rain again. Like, we're going to have it today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. And then we're supposed to have a sunny day and then rain again for a whole week, according to the forecast, if the forecast is to be believed. This is all peppers down through here. Different kinds. I'm not going to go through it. Over here, a lot of the stuff that Shelly planted, so I'm not entirely sure what was planted in a lot of this. There's some lettuce, yellow pear tomatoes. I think there's some sort of peppers planted on the ends. Here's that. Strawberries, and this borage plant's doing really great. Strawberries, onions, borage, and there's like some sort of mystery thing going on there. I don't know. Don't have a clue. This borage is doing really good. First time growing borage. It's first time growing amaranth, by the way, too. I think that'll be kind of interesting. Make this short and sweet. Not going to go through all this. Let's give you a general idea. All down through this, and you see around there, it's all kind of cabbagey, leafy, greeny stuff. Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. There's some beets. Here's some asparagus that I planted last year, and some newer ones there. Kale, and chard and stuff. Here's the chooks. Here's the chooks. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, I like to do the chicken voice when I do this. Say hello. Anyways, we'll get to know the chooks a little bit better. We got one loose over there. She's wanting in. I think it's funny. They actually want back in. There's my Molly. She's the queen of the chooks. She's being a little shy right now, but that's my Molly. Look at the markings. I never thought chickens were so pretty until I started, getting chickens. But look at that. Look at the markings on her. She's a pretty chicken. So, over here, wildflowers. Got a bunch of wildflowers growing. There's also some various herbs and stuff planted through these. Not going to go through it all. Something planted over there, don't know what. And these wildflowers that are growing were in a mix like this. You can see the mix down through here that we bought. They did not come up last year, but they came up this year. It was kind of odd. I wish more of them had come up, actually. And then here's some coleus over in here. Zinnias. Again, all through here is, I don't know what's under the straw. I don't have a clue. I kind of figure there's something under the straw, but I don't know. Zinnias right here, though. Something else planted with it where the flags are at, but I'm not sure what. And also, I missed some beds over here. Some watermelon planted over here, sugar baby. It's kind of a dig. We're doing a lot of dig and drop, not even tilling. It's crazy. If it lives, it lives. It dies, it dies. I'm not even going to go through all this. There's mostly herbs all through these beds. Mostly herbs, but there are also some various veggies. This is actually, there's a lot. I see there's a lot of, I think these are yellow pear tomatoes in this one. There's hyssop. I'll kind of just scan it a little bit. Hyssop, feverfew, some calendula, and this is a dragon egg cucumber. So there's some cucumbers in here. Looks like some rosemary, thyme, and feverfew, and lemon balm, maybe. I don't know. I can't even tell what all is in there. Over here, there's some squash back there. I can't even see what that is. I know there's some basil planted in there. A bunch of basil. Shelly planted those, so like I said, when she plants something, I'm a little less familiar with what's planted in there unless I get down with some glasses on or something. Apple tree over here. These are the apple trees that were already here, and it's kind of odd they didn't blossom this year. I guess we're not going to get any apples off of them. I don't know. I did see a couple on this one. The sickliest looking one of them, I did actually see a couple apples somewhere on it, if they ain't dropped or something. But they didn't blossom. I don't know what that's about. Kind of make us sad though to not have apples. The apple cider from those were really awesome last year. Is awesome cider. We bought a cider press. Apple, plum, and it's not looking real great. And I planted comfrey around some of these, the bottoms of some of these. Apple, more comfrey planted around the bottoms of the tree. That's probably where I'll plant the other comfrey at. Probably another apple. Yes, apple. I think that's another apple. And then we'll cut through here to the blueberries. We're kind of, like I said, digging and dropping back here. No tilling or much preparation at all. If it lives, it lives. If it dies, it dies. Here's some smaller blueberries. And then I got some mature blueberry bushes over here. More mature. This is my gourd arch. I've got some gourds planted down through here. Birdhouse and bowl. Actually, I need to plant some on the other side. Missed some bushes back there. I don't know what's planted. I think these were artichokes, and I think they done died. I don't think that went well. I don't think that there went well. I believe that was artichokes though. Some strawberries, and I don't know what this is. Another weed that I took kindness upon and allowed it to grow because it looked cool. It looked interesting. I believe, yes, asparagus is down through here. And then we step into the bush. What appears to be a dead loganberry. I was really looking forward to loganberry, but that's just a twig sticking up out of the ground. I definitely want loganberry. I'm going to work on loganberry, man. I'll get some more next year, whatever I got to do. I want some loganberry growing. Aronia berry. Buy these cheap things from the Tractor Supply. You know, they're only like $6 a plant or something. And they generally don't do well. I'm thinking I probably need to put them in a greenhouse and baby them for a while before I put them in the ground. But so far I've just been, like I said, dig and drop, see what happens. Probably need to use a different tactic on that. Another twig over here, but you know, I say a twig, but I've seen some of these plants, I thought they were dead, and they came back incredibly miraculously. This was, what is it? Oh, that was fall gold raspberry, which I was really looking forward to, actually. Another one I was looking forward to that appears to be a dud right now. And this is gooseberry. Not looking good, but there is some green on it that may come out of it. I don't know. Down here was some, I got some daylilies planted back that way too. Somewhere over here, let's see if I can find it. I have some asparagus growing wild over here somewhere. I think it's back this way. Yeah, it's up here in this patch. I planted some asparagus back here, and some of it's surviving and came back this year. Yep, there it is, right here. So that's what we want to do with a lot of this back here. Just, you know, fill it with stuff, and so there's stuff coming up that we're even forgetting about. It's the idea anyway. Raspberries that Harold Thornborough gave me, planted right here, and they're going. They're still alive. And I don't even know if I'm going to get to it or not, but there's a Rose of Sharon up there, and a hazelnut tree and a goji berry up in this corner up here that I missed. And again, like I had said, I think earlier in the video, I've been mowing patches out around here because we're going to probably try to get the tiller in here and work some ground at some point through the season, so that we can do some stuff like pumpkins maybe out and through here next year. We'll see, or this year, or whatever. So that's pretty much it for the video. I think that was a good enough update. Let's see, a few other things that I might mention is we have new litters of rabbits just this past week. One of the rabbits has never had she's had unsuccessful litters like 3 or 4 times, and this appears to be a successful litter, so we're pretty happy about that. Also, we're having a meetup here July 6th, and the drive-in next door is going to have fireworks, and it's really actually a pretty good view from over here. So if anybody's interested, contact me, and if you haven't already or don't already know about it or whatever, just thought I'd mention it. So I think that's it. I mean, there's a few other, planted a red maple over there, I didn't mention that. There's some stuff up planted around the house too. I'm not going to get to it right now, but I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Got a lot of tilling done, need to do more, blah blah blah. So I'll talk to you guys later, and like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and see you guys later.